Welcome back. We are still on the topic quadratic functions. In the previous video, we solved a question on factorizing a quadratic trinomial. In this video, we are going to solve another question. The question for this video is factorize 5p squared minus 2p minus 3. So this is our quadratic trinomial, 5p squared minus 2p minus 3. We have learned in the previous videos that in order to factorize a quadratic trinomial, the first thing that you have to do is to compare the quadratic trinomial you have to the general form of a quadratic trinomial, which is as squared plus bs plus c. So we are going to compare 5p squared minus 2p minus 3 with as squared plus bs plus c. They are all arranged in the same order, so we don't have to worry about rearranging them. We can go ahead with our comparison. The variable here is x. The variable here is p. To make things simpler for ourselves, I'm going to change the variable here to p so that you get the picture clearly. So let's change the variable here from x to p. We change the variable here from x to p so that you can see what we are doing very clearly. Okay, so now we have ap squared plus bp plus c, where p is the variable. So the variable here is p, the variable here is p. We can now go ahead with our comparison. Now you can see that a will give us 5, b will give us minus 2, so b is minus 2, and c will give us minus 3. So a will give us 5, b will give us minus 2, and c, which is the constant, is giving us the constant here, which is minus 3. So now we have the values of a, b, and c. A is 5, b is minus 2, and c is minus 3. The second step says that after we have found the values of a, b, and c, we have to multiply a by c. A is 5, c is minus 3. So a times c will give us 5 times minus 3, and 5 times minus 3 will give us minus 15. So a times c is giving us minus 15. We are going to look for two numbers that when you multiply, you get a times c, but when you add, you get b. A times c is minus 15, b is minus 2. So we are looking for two numbers that when you multiply, you get minus 15. But when you add them, you get minus 2. You will get those two numbers from the factors of 15. So let's list the factors of 15. The factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5, and 15. So from this set, we can find the two numbers that when you multiply, you will get minus 15, but when we add them, you get minus 2. Look through it and see if you can find those two numbers. Two numbers that when you multiply, you get minus 15. When you add, you get minus 2. If you look through it carefully, you can see that those two numbers are 3 and 5. But you will need to do some few adjustments about 3 and 5 before they can fit the condition that we have, because 3 times 5 will give us 15. We are looking for minus 15, and 3 plus 5 will give us 8. We are looking for minus 2. So clearly we need to do some adjustments about 3 and 5. So what can we do about 3 and 5 such that when we multiply them, we will get minus 15. When we add, we get minus 2. If we negate 5, that is, if we have minus 5 and 3, minus 5 plus 3 will give us minus 2. Minus 5 times 3 will give us minus 15. So the two numbers are minus 5 and 3. After finding these two numbers, we are going to use them to replace b. B is minus 2. So we are going to replace minus 2 with minus 5 and 3. So we replace minus 2p here with minus 5p and minus 3p. So let's do that. 5p squared minus 2p minus 3 will be equal to 5p squared. We are replacing minus 2p with minus 5p and 3p. So we have 5p squared minus 5p plus 3p minus 3. Now that we have expanded our expression, we can go ahead and put them into brackets to factorize it. So you put a bracket around the first two terms, then you put a bracket around the second two terms. Luckily for us, the sign outside the first term is positive. The sign outside the second term is also positive, so we don't have to do any changes about the sign. We can go ahead with our factorization. We have 5p squared minus 5p. The common factor here is 5p. So we will bring 5p outside the brackets. We learned this in the videos on algebra. So we have 5p into brackets, p minus 1. 3p minus 3. The common factor here is 3. So we bring 3 outside the brackets. We'll be left with p minus 1. We have p minus 1 here. We have p minus 1 here. So we will pick one of them. P minus 1 into one bracket. We have 5p here. We have plus 3. So we will put 5p plus 3 into another bracket. This means that when we factorize 5p squared minus 2p minus 3, we will have p minus 1 into one bracket, then 5p plus 3 into another bracket. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to this channel for more videos. In the next video, we are going to solve another question on factorizing quadratic trinomials. Bye bye.